माइक के वो कैसे करेंगे म्यूट?
Hello everyone, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good evening, sir.
evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, so yeah, good evening. So how was the mock test, bi-weekly mock test for you all?
Mock test
Good, sir, good.
easy, sir, but there are like one question in which we have done.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Uh,
How are
okay,
you?
so let's. Okay, so
Also, good
yeah,
evening. Sir,
yeah.
actually, I missed the mock test of this week, week 1 and week 2. So, what was the marks for that? May I know?
There is not as such marks for that. It's just even if you get it, would be count in bonus marks only. It's
Yeah. So what
it
is the
will not.
bonus marks for this assignments that I missed?
A bonus marks criteria, I think you can check in grading document. It's like if you attempt this much of assignments and score this much percentage, you will get some marks for that, additional marks. That's
Suppose, sir, I missed this weekly this mock test, and I do the coming mock test. Then
yeah,
I
you
will
can cover up easily.
know how many mock tests will be provided in a one term, sir?
Every 2 weeks you will get a mock test.
No,
You
so
will have
my question
6
is
mocks.
that suppose I missed this mock test, and
Mm.
if I join the coming mock test, so I will get the marks for the that mock test that I will do
Yeah,
it in the future.
you will get it.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Uh, okay, so yeah. Do you want to discuss bi-weekly mock first or directly move on to week 3?
Week three first.
Yes, sir. Sir, is today class is doubt solving class?
Today is just an open discussion on week 3 content or
So
any
let's
other.
first discuss week 3.
Okay, let's start
Sir,
with
and
week
later
3.
on, could you just highlight what is this bonus practice assignment, sir?
Yes,
Bonus
sir.
practice assignment, this EMQ,
Uh,
right?
yes, sir. You can highlight it after the class or mid of the class. Let's
Yes, sir.
begin with your
Exactly.
requirement, and
Sir,
then accordingly in
sir,
between you can decide how to explain to us.
hello, sir.
Yeah.
Is there any marks for bonus practice assignments, EMQ?
No, it's just for your practice. I
Okay.
just test you more on basic
Okay.
concepts rather than you will see similar type of assignments in week 5, week 6, and quiz 2 onwards as well.
Sir, we will get the explanation of these bonus practice assignments.
Explanation in the sense, what do you mean?
Means means like we are having non-graded assignment explanation, and when graded assignment
Sir, I
gets
think
over.
he is
Yeah,
asking
yeah,
for
yeah. You
solution.
will get the feedback. As soon as you submit your answers, you will get feedback.
Okay.
But do you all know how to submit it?
No.
How to submit these assignments? Do you know?
Sir.
No,
Yeah,
sir. Please, will you?
No, sir, please explain.
Sir,
yeah.
sir, I can't get a link to join class. I don't know how to join them. It's my first time joining the class. Can you please
Uh,
elaborate how can I join the class?
so you have to just add schedule to your calendar. So when you go to this general instruction and important links,
Sir, I had added all the calendars in my Google Calendar, but
yeah.
I don't know how the link is there, but when I join them, it's not opening, or I just can't join the class.
Yes, sir. Please
Okay.
also guide me, sir, how
Yes,
to
sir.
add add it in the
Sir, with me also.
sir. It
Yes,
is
sir,
also
same problem.
Sir, me also.
How to?
sir how to add this type of classes. Actually, I also joining the first
Join.
time. Also, I'm not getting any link or any type of things. The first time I got it on the WhatsApp. First
Sir,
time.
Yes, sir,
this time
same.
I
Same here,
got
sir.
the link on the WhatsApp.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why I just joined.
Yes, sir.
Is it
Same.
Same
possible
here,
that
sir.
to send WhatsApp links only?
Yeah, I think the team send it on WhatsApp also, I think.
Sir, I
So,
didn't get the link for previous 2 weeks.
yeah.
I
Also,
got it
Thank
for
you,
the
sir.
first
Sir,
time.
same problem.
okay,
hello.
okay. So I will discuss it with the
Uh,
support team. We will come
sir,
to that.
Sir, the same problem is occurring
sir,
with me
same
also.
problem है. Sir, can
Sir,
we
okay,
discuss?
I will
Sir,
discuss
can we
with the
discuss
team
these
and we
things
will
at the
discuss.
end?
How to go, how to add through the academic calendar? Can you please guide? I am online, so I have to go to the academy.
Okay. So first of all, do one thing. You all go to this general instruction and important links and click on calendar for this course. It will be added to your Google Calendar. And as many of you said that you are still not getting any links, you're not able to join from there, I will speak with the team and we will come to a solution for it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Sir, it's
coming,
better to
yeah,
have WhatsApp links.
yeah, we will discuss it. Okay. Next thing is this EMQ assignment. So in this, you all have to create a notepad file. Okay. Just remember, a notepad file, you have to make a txt file, and suppose this is our txt file. So suppose I want to answer question 1 and I think option 4, 5, 6 are correct answers. So I will first write Q1 for question 1, then a colon, and whichever option I think is the answer to this question as comma separated value. One thing to keep in mind is don't keep any spaces in between. Like I have written Q1, there should not be any space in between Q and 1. So there are no extra spaces while writing the answer. So try to keep that format, otherwise your answers may not be evaluated for that question. And whenever you are writing answer to a second question, you for every new question you switch to a new line. Okay. And if you don't know the answer to any question, you can leave it blank. It's up to you. And you can also write answers in any order. Like after question 1, you can answer question 8. That also feasible. So when you do it, as soon as you made this notepad file, after that you have to click here in choose language. It will show zip, but still you have to upload .txt file only. Okay, so you can update any. So let me try to do it. You see.
So will this type of format will be used in quiz or interim examination?
In quiz, you will get in some different format. Okay, so now I have submitted this file, EMQ test correct extra, and when I do it, test run I can do. So it will show me my score and it will show me that question 1 I have answered correctly. Question 2 I have given some extra space in between Q and 2, so it shows that I have entered an invalid question number.
Why is it like this now? Like, why is it not the simple, like basic one?
Simple,
Sorry to disturb.
it's
You have to write multiple answer or any one answer, single question, single answer.
multiple can be correct, and any of these 13 options can be correct. For one question, you could have 3 options correct, 4 options correct. That also possible.
So you have to write and or as in with that comma.
Yeah, that's what I show you, right? This comma separated values you have to put.
No, means is the answer 4 and 5 and 6, or it is 4 or 5 or 6. I mean, I'm not able to understand that part.
Okay,
When do we
can you
have to
repeat?
do this assignment?
Sir, I'm sorry to disturb. I just wanted to ask, if it is MSQ as in multiple select, then I can understand it is 4 and 5. And I think you mentioned that if you think it is 5, sir. I mean, I think there's only one answer, no, sir. Either 4 or 5 or 6, if it is a single question. But
Okay, let me just a minute. Yeah. Okay, so let's say for this question, okay, let's pick an easy one, I think. Okay, so you have to select the chart type which cannot be used for ordinal data, right? So there can be, yeah, so it would be either bar chart, Pareto chart, pie chart, or maybe 2 of these or all 3, right? So based on that, you have to input 4,5, 4,6, 4,5,
okay,
6.
I get it. Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, and you can also, there is a video also, you can watch. We have mailed you the timestamp as well. Yeah. If you go through the first 10-15 minutes of this video, all the instructions has been explained how to input it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Where is
Sir,
this video?
please go to the week 3 assignments, please.
Yeah, we will move on to week 3. Just one more quick thing.
Okay.
Okay, so if you a bit zoom out this, you will see this instructions for EMQ link as well here. So if you click on it,
Sir, I want to ask two questions. First is there is no marks for bonus practice assignments. Am I right, sir?
yeah, it's just a regular practice assignment, nothing else. So
Yeah, it is
there is a
written
slide
above
as
that
well.
it is not graded.
Sir, today meeting, whatever I joined, is there any marks for this? Actually, however, I am interested in, and also first time I'm joining because the first time the link came on WhatsApp, sir. So is there any marks for this type of classes?
No, they're not marks. It's up to you if you want to join or not.
But sir, I want to join because it is beneficial for me.
Yeah, that's what I said, right?
But sir, first time I got the link on the WhatsApp, sir.
Yeah, we have discussed it. I will discuss it with the team. It has been added to your Google Calendar already, okay?
But sir,
And I think you should not. Yeah.
I went to the Google Calendar for adding, but I'm not getting any option.
Okay, write it to support team. Okay, I will discuss with that team also. They handle that stuff, so I will discuss and come to a conclusion.
Excuse me, sir. I also have a question that
The
what kind of questions will be there in the qualifier exam, like multiple select or we need to solve it?
Okay, first is this guy B
Sir,
shape.
my point is not clear, sir. I think you should answer one by one. Then it is good, sir.
Okay, just give me a minute. I want to expel this guy from my class. He's continuously asking for permission to annotate the slides. Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. So the calendar thing, yeah, as I said, we will come to a conclusion. You will get a good resolution to it. I will discuss with the team tomorrow morning only. Okay, that's the first thing I will do.
And this is the live class, sir.
Live class, this is the live classes, right?
Okay, this is the live class for the students benefit, but not any marks allotted for this.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so how to answer? You can also go through these slides. So there is explanation of what's the structure of EMQ and how can you answer it. Okay, so there are all the instruction. You can go through it, and scoring is also mentioned to you. So partial marking and all would be done.
Hello, sir.
Then, yeah.
Sir, I don't know about that previous classes. This is my first class in the meeting.
Okay.
Then how to qualify exam I attended.
How to?
Sorry, sir. I didn't attend the previous classes.
Okay.
So how to
Sir,
attend the
3.5.
qualifier exam? In every week attend the classes and you will must write the mock test in first YouTube link. There is no link in WhatsApp in 3 weeks.
I couldn't get your question a bit clearly. Did anyone understood it?
Sir, in a
Nobody is
qualifier
getting this
exam,
question.
is there will be a MCQ or a written solving?
MCQ, MSQ, NAT. Okay, so qualifier thing we will discuss a bit later. Okay. Okay. Let's quickly move to
Let's just start.
So actually, I got the lecture videos at the end of the second week, so I was not able to give the exams properly, like after studying. So I just gave it. So the marks will be counted or what, sir?
marks would be. I think graded assignment don't have much weightage, right? It's 10%, and It's only, I think, best 9 or 10 of 12. So you can still cover up.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
So
Yeah.
please explain percentile in quartiles directly.
Yes, sir.
I had a
Please
small question.
start with AQ 3.5.
Okay, so all those support queries you can mail to support team for
Sir,
that, or yeah.
sir, non-graded assignments are compulsory.
No, it's up to you. It's for practice
Excuse me,
purpose
sir.
only. We have mentioned it clearly.
Excuse
Okay,
me, sir.
okay.
Yeah.
Could you proceed further? So these queries
Yeah.
are will taken in the last.
Yeah,
These
these queries
are
we can.
already taken in the orientation on 5th of September.
Yeah, so such queries you please mail it to support team. Okay, we
Yes, sir. We are a
take it
term
over from there.
student, not a qualifier.
Okay. Okay. So
Sir,
let's.
actually, I have one doubt. Sir,
I have
I'm
doubt, sir.
audible.
Yeah.
Sir, actually,
Sorry for asking this right now, but
uh,
I have a very big doubt because I didn't submit my week 1 and week 2 assignments. Will that bother my qualified exam, sir?
As per eligibility criteria, you need to check. There is
No,
some.
sir, because they take 3 assignments of Big Four.
But
Not
it was
really.
only best of any two out
No,
of
no.
3. So
Best
if I'm
of
going to
three.
submit,
Best of three out of 4.
They will take two best of two out of three. The first 3 weeks, they will take best of two any week you have, and you have to score more than 40% in that. That's all. चार नहीं
yeah,
है
it
ये
is
लोग
yes.
पुरानी information है guys.
Okay, so for the exact information, I think you can refer the grading document or
Yes,
mail
sir.
to support team. Okay, so here we are for statistics discussion only, not this general queries. Okay,
Yes,
we
sir.
have
Please
already
proceed
Yes,
lectured
sir.
further.
only
Let's
20 minutes,
proceed further.
so
Hi,
no
sir.
more general queries for now. Okay.
Sir,
Sir,
actually,
please mute all, sir.
I have mailed to support team, but I'm
Okay. Moving further, lecture 3.1. So in lecture 3.1, we have covered, I think, only the relative frequency thing, right?
yes,
So,
sir. Covered.
any doubt in this activity 3.1 or
No,
lecture
sir.
3.1?
No, sir.
Any
No,
Sir,
sir.
please tell us
Sir.
about something class mark. No, sir.
class mark? Okay. So, okay. Okay, so class mark of an interval is upper limit of that class interval plus lower limit of that class interval divided by 2. It's basically the average of upper limit and lower limit of that class interval. So suppose your class interval is 55 to 60, right? So in that case, your lower limit is 55, upper limit is 60. So your class mark would become 60 plus 55 over 2, right? Which is 7.5. So class mark is basically the middle point of that respective class interval.
Sir, I have a problem in percentile.
Yeah, we will come to that. Okay. Any other doubt in activity 3.1?
No, sir.
no, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. I'm doubt with second question.
Yeah. Activity 3.1. This one. Who said
Can
second
I
question?
explain this?
This one.
One,
Okay.
one second. Yeah.
Okay. So it's asking for that. Okay. In a shopping mall, there was some coupon where customer get cashback between 1 to 100 rupees. Okay. So this is the, it's like there is some customer named Madhu who's a regular customer to that shopping mall. So she get a voucher or you can say cashback of rupees 1 to 20 5 times. 1 to 20 it means 1 is inclusive and 20 is exclusive, like it's 19.99 so on. When I say 20, it's come to this class 20 to 40. So she got the cashback of 20 to 40 10 times, 40 to 66 time, and so on, right? So you need to tell the how much percentage of total time she received cashback worth 40 to 60. So in general, if you see total number of times she received cashback is the sum of these frequencies, right?
Yeah.
15, 21. So he total received 35 times cashback she received, out of which only 6 times she received in between 40 and 60. So percentage that she received cashback of 40 to 60 would be number of times she received the cashback of 40 to 60, which is 6. Total number of times she received cashback This is nothing but relative frequency in percentage, right?
Please repeat again, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Is it clear? Any doubt, anyone?
Yeah, clear. Thank you. Thanks.
Sixth
So much.
one.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
I have a doubt on mode.
Yeah, we will come to it. We are going lecture by lecture. Okay. So
Okay.
any doubt in
The class
frequency
mark
tables?
that we just
Yeah.
discussed. So in that it was an open bracket to 60, right?
Yeah, open bracket to 60. Yeah.
So how can we identify the upper limit then? Like it will never reach that value.
No. Upper limit is still 60, but upper limit is exclusive in this these intervals. Upper limit is still 60. So lower limit we include in that interval, but upper limit we exclude. So it will go on till 59.9999, right? So we assume it to be 60 and then take the average. It would be give you the approximately the same answer, right? Very minute difference, even if you take 59.99.
Yeah, very minute difference.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, how are we taking this range? I mean, I am finding difficulty because the line in is between two numbers. 75 is between two bars.
75 is between two bars. Yeah, so 75 will go to this right bar in 75 to 80.
Acha. Okay.
Because whenever we make class interval, so okay, this is a good example. When I say 20, 20 will go to the second interval, not the first interval, because upper limit is exclusive.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Sir, can we use classes for discrete data, sir?
Classes for
Discrete data.
discrete data, yeah, you can use. Generally, we used it. It's discrete data only, I think. So they have just made the interval and do it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, moving further, lecture 3.2. Any doubt in the mean thing?
Sir, if class interval between 0 to 10, 11 to 20, how to solve, sir?
Yeah, that is not covered in this course. In that case, we make the upper limit of the first interval and the lower limit of second interval the same and then proceed further. Like if you want to know how it's done, I can show you, but it's beyond the scope of this. You are saying it's like this, right? 21 to 30. So in that case, we modify it.
Okay, sir.
So how we
Sir,
modify it? We make it 0 to 10.5, 10.5 to 20.5, and 20.5 to 30. Now we proceed further. Okay. But
okay.
yeah, it's beyond the scope of this course for now, how we do it and why it's only 10.5. We will do it later on. Okay. Okay, yeah. Moving further. Yeah, any doubt in this mean part? Anyone? Any question or something?
Sir, fourth question.
Fourth question. Okay. So the ratings given by audience.
Fourth.
Yeah. So the rating given by audience on a movie review website. Okay, it's showing average rating. Okay, so how did you approach this one?
Sir, I basically took the third thing, 425, but it is the answer is something different.
इसका मीन निकाल लेंगे.
How do you find the mean of it? That's
Sir, if in first interval 94 into 1 plus 192 into 2, 410
Yes,
into 3, 210 into 4,
exactly.
94 into 5 divided by total.
okay.
94
So
plus 192 plus 410 plus 210 plus 94.
yeah,
We
great.
get answer
Okay.
714.
Given this, okay, but what answer you get?
सिंस का फाइनल आ जाएगा 3.3 आएगा तो 3 रेटिंग होगी बेसिकली.
714, sir.
Yes, 3.3. I'm also
143.
getting.
Okay, someone's getting 140. Okay. So given this, okay, let's start by step. We will go step by step. Given this frequency, okay, given this bar chart, can you make frequency distribution table?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So how would we do that? Let's try making it. So we are given a rating, right? And y-axis show us the frequency. Okay, so let's say a rating of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what's the frequency of rating 1?
78.
78.
78. Okay, then it's 192.
192, 490.
I think it's 425. Then 220 and 62, right?
62.
Now can you find the mean given this frequency table? I think you are
Just add all the frequencies and divide it by 5.
divided
No,
by
no.
5. Okay, why divided by 5?
No.
5 नहीं होगा number of दिया है ना
Oh,
उधर.
not 5, it is
total.
like total
Divided
number
by
of
total frequency.
frequency.
Add the
Do
number
you
of
remember the
frequencies.
formula? This formula, do you remember?
Yes,
By xi
Sigma
by
xi
pi.
fi by sigma f.
sigma f.
yes, sir.
What is
Why this formula?
denominator? Sorry?
Sigma 5.
What is denominator?
Sigma fi.
Denominator
Combination of
is sum of all the
frequency.
frequencies.
Sum of all frequency, right? It means total frequency, right?
Right.
So total frequency will be in the denominator.
Yes.
And what will be in the numerator part?
1 into 78.
1 into 78 plus 2 into 192 plus 3 into 4.
Something
So,
Right? All divided by total frequency. So someone asked why this formula. So
Yes.
does anyone know why this formula?
Yeah.
Why we are doing this only? Anyone?
Sir, because every
Because
rating
discrete
is
single value. Discrete single value.
Because it's a group data.
Okay. Okay. I will just make the data a bit simpler for explanation purpose. Suppose this is my frequency table. Okay, I can have rating 1, 2, and 3, and let's say respective frequencies, please 5, 3, and 2. Okay. What does this mean? What does rating 1 has frequency 5 means?
There are 5 people
Like,
who
There
gave
are
the
5
rating 1.
people who
5
give
times.
1 rating.
One occurred 5 times in my data set, right?
Yes.
So let me try to write my data set. I have 1 occurring 5 times. Frequency of 3 for rating 2, it means 2 occurred 3 times, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And 3 occurred 2 times. Right? This is my data set, which has a total of 10 observations, right?
Yes.
Okay. So does anyone remember the basic formula of mean?
Yes.
Which is
Sigma.
Sum of
Observation by
all
number.
observations.
Sum of numbers by total number of
Yes.
observations.
Yeah, general formula which we used to provide a total number of observation. Okay. So what is total number of observations here?
10.
10.
10. 10. 10 is nothing but the sum of frequency, right?
10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Coming to numerator part, I have to add them all, right? It means I have to
Yeah.
add 1 5 times.
Yeah.
Then I need to add 2 3 times. And then I need to add 3 2 times, right?
17 by
Adding 1
Yes, sir.
5 times is same as writing 1 into 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Sir,
sir.
why 10? From where this 10 came?
There are total 10 observations, right? 5 3 8 to 10
5, 3, 2.
observations. It's
Okay,
nothing but the sum of frequencies, right?
okay.
Okay, so adding 2 3 times, I can write it as that 2 is multiplied by 3. And adding 3 2 times, I can write 3 times 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you notice the pattern, these are my xi's, right? 1 2 3, and these are their respective frequencies, fi. So that's why numerator is summation xi times fi. So that's how we got this formula for mean. Is this clear or any doubt in it? Anyone?
Yes,
No
sir.
doubt. Clear.
Okay. Moving further, any other doubt in AQ 3.2 or lecture 3.2?
No, sir.
Sir, in histograms, always classes should be pointed on horizontal axis, sir.
Not necessary. You can do it on y-axis.
Sir, histograms can also be used for discrete data, sir.
For discrete data, it's not like that. Okay, so what happens in general is, suppose I have marks of students, right?
Yes, sir.
Suppose I have some 1,000 students. right?
Yes, sir.
So I will have a list of 1,000 marks over here, right?
Yes, sir.
One like marks for each student, so I will have 1,000. So what I can do is I will write 1 mark. Suppose 57 marks got by 2 students, 58 got by 3, 57.5 5 students. So if I keep on making this type of frequency table, I will have lot of
Sir.
xi values, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
to make it a bit simpler, what we do is we make the intervals. Okay, so whoever got marks in between 0 to 10, let's say there are 20 students, 10 to
Yes, sir.
20, 30 students. So that makes it easy, right?
Yes, sir.
So even though it's discrete numerical data, we have converted it into class interval frequency table to easily visualize, right?
Yeah, okay, sir. So can you explain grouped and ungrouped data, sir, quickly?
Grouped and
Ungrouped data.
okay, what do you understand by these two words? But what's grouped and ungrouped data?
Uh, I don't know, sir. Group means together, ungrouped. I did not come across that term, sir, till now, I think.
Okay, so yeah, this is what we did. This list of 1,000 marks is ungrouped data.
Okay, classes are grouped data. If
Yeah,
you mention as it is ungrouped data.
yeah, this is my because I have grouped it, right? This is first group, second group,
Yeah,
and these are
okay,
no
sir.
groups,
Thank
so
you,
it's
sir.
ungrouped data.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Okay, moving further, median and mode. Anyone?
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
How to distinguish between outliers in median mode and mean?
how to distinguish between
Outliers that in the data.
outliers? We will come. It's in 3.4 or 3.5. We will do it. We will come to it.
Sir,
In activity 3.3, question number 3.
Question
Yes,
number
sir. Question
3.
number 3. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So this thing you are saying. Okay, we will do it.
Yes.
Okay, so suppose okay, let's make some random data set. 7 and let's say 9. What should mean represent in general?
Mean represent average. Now
Mean, median,
total
mode.
sum by number of items.
These are all measure of central tendency, right?
Yes,
Central
tendency.
Measure of central tendency in general implies the central value of my data set, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I compute mean for this data set, it would be I think 6, 11, 18, 20,
25 by
5.
5. 5.
Mean is 5, right?
Yes, 75.
Okay. It's the central value, right? So it's a good measure of central tendency for us now, right? Now suppose there is an outlier. Outlier means a very
9 and
extreme
1.
observation. Let's say it's 1,000. So I have this data set now. What would be the mean for this?
Mean will be increased with a large amount.
1025 by 6.
Yeah, it would come out to be something approximately to be 170, right? Is this your central value? Your central value still is in between 5 to 7, right?
Yes.
170 is not the central value. So
Yes, sir.
having outlier in the data has, has a big effect on your mean value. It's no longer a central value now. So mean is affected by this outlier value, right? Let's come to the median. What will be the median of these 5 black observations? It would be 5, right? The central observation.
No, sir, not 5 because here is 6 datas.
No,
1000 is also considered.
only till this point.
Oh, then 5.
5, right? Now, if I added this observation, extreme observation 1,000, I have an outlier now. What would be my median? 6, right?
5 plus 7 by 2.
6, right? Even though I have an outlier in data, my median is still representing the central value. So median is not affected by outliers, right? but mean is affected. Mean is affected by outlier, median is not affected by outlier. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And mode is
Sir,
also not
outlier
affected by
means
outlier. You can
sir,
check.
sir, outlier means only increasing or decreasing on a particular value, sir.
Outlier means suppose I have this data in range of 1 to 9, right? And
Yes, sir.
suddenly I have one extreme observation in thousands or 100, 200s. So that's outlier. We will come to a exact criteria of finding outlier too.
Sir,
Values to consider
outlier
outlier.
is least
Okay, sir.
affected or not affected because in question number 7 there is mode is least affected by outlier in the data.
Yeah, it's less affected. Okay. Here what we did is mode is median is more affected by outliers in data
No,
or
no,
less
no, no, no.
affected? Less
नहीं,
affected, right? We
ये
just checked
median
this.
फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता.
Yeah, median is less affected by outliers. We checked it, right? Similarly, okay, which question you are saying?
7. Yes, sir. Mode is
Is mode more affected or less affected?
less.
That's what we need. Less, right?
More है sir.
Does everyone agree with mode less affected?
नहीं नहीं ज्यादा होता है सर. मोड तो डायरेक्टली बदल जाएगा ना. वैल्यूज बदल जाएंगी. नहीं सॉरी मोड को मोड
Mean is less affected, and then
मोड
median,
मोड लेस
and then
अफेक्टेड होता है.
mode is
Mode is
less affected than mean and median.
Yeah.
मोड तो उतना ही रहेगा ना. मोड की तो वही वैल्यू रहेगी. वैल्यू चेंज हो जाएगी बट मोड उतना ही रहेंगे.
Yes.
So what he is saying, those who are not comfortable with Hindi, he is saying that suppose mode of my data set is 5. Here, if you notice that median value is getting changed there's a big difference, big change in the value of mean, right? In median, there is a very less change. From 5, we went on to 6. But in case of mode, suppose 5 is my mode, it means it has the highest frequency, right?
Yes, sir.
So even if I add an outlier in it, mode will still be my 5, right? Which will still be the central value. So mode is not at all affected by outliers.
But
So it
if
is
you
least
add
affected by outlier.
2 outliers, then mode will get changed, I think.
If we add no, I'm assuming not this data set. We will assume where, let's say, these are my observation and these are their respective frequency. Okay, let's make it 6, 4. So if you say I have another outlier value which occurs more than 7 times, right? So it's no longer an outlier in that case.
Okay,
we will come to it. We will come how to find the outlier value.
Okay,
yeah.
sir.
Okay. We will come to a case.
So what will be the mode of like if all the frequencies are same except one, then what will be the mode for that data set? All will be mode. I mean, all numerical values.
Yeah. Then any observation we can consider it as mode. Like if all have the same frequency one.
Okay. If it is one, then mode is not defined. If all the frequencies are one.
Yeah, then any observation you can consider it as mode. It's nothing.
No, sir. In lecture, professor has said mode is not defined for the value. I mean, for the frequency one. If all the values are frequency one.
Okay. So there are multiple textbook which will give you multiple answers for it because there is nothing fixed. So you can take it's depend on very subjective. It plays very subjective roles in it. We will come to that when you go to some diploma courses. You will see that which one do you consider to be mode, which one do you consider to be median and all. You will do that thing, but for now you can assume it that it's not defined or all can be mode. It's one and the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, any other thing in lecture 3.3 or activity question 3.3?
Sir, it is 9 question.
6 questions, sir.
6th question. Okay, how did you approach this one?
I could not get this one, so I just skipped it.
Okay, so
समझ में
this is
नहीं
the
आया.
data set given to you. Okay, so these are the ages of above 50 years persons living in a colony. So do you know how to read salmon leaf plot?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this 1 means that age is 51. This 2 means age is 52, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now this is your data set, right?
Yeah.
Now what it is saying is, you know that the okay, don't think it's linked with it. Question numbers, okay, it's not linked with that. You are given a data set whose median is 45, right? Okay, and you need to find the median of data set if each observation is multiplied by 3 and 1 is added to that observation. Okay, let me give you a simplified example. Okay, me all some disturbance purpose. Yeah. Okay, suppose this is your data set, right? X1, X2, X3, X4, X5. Let's, for simplicity, let's take some value. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. What is the median of this data set?
5.
5, right? Okay.
5.
Now it says that your data set has become 3 times x1 plus 1, 3 times x2 plus 2, so on, 3 times x5 plus,
Median is
okay,
5.
it's 1, right? So your first observation will become 3 into 1 plus 1, right, which is 4. 3 into 3, 9 plus 1, 10, 16, 22, and 28, right? This is your new data set, right?
Yes.
What is the median of this data set?
Yes.
16, right?
16.
So you see that if I am multiplying each observation by 3 and then adding 1, then my new median is also follow the same pattern. It's 3 times the old median plus 1. 3 into 5 plus 1. So it's 60. So this property is covered in the lectures as well, if you went through. So here it's the same thing. You know that the data set, its median is 45. So now what is the median of this new data set? So now you can proceed first in a similar manner, right? It would be 3 times the old median plus 1, right?
Activity question 7 problem.
Yeah, is this one clear? Who asked this one?
Answer will
No,
be
sir.
136.
No, sir.
136, yeah. Okay, what's your doubt in it?
Uh,
At which step you feel it's
It's
not
not clear. Can you repeat it, please, sir?
yeah, please repeat, sir.
okay?
Question 6 is very clear.
Okay, I assume that, let's say my data set is this: x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And for simplicity, I assume x1. Okay, please mute yourself because there's a lot of disturbance is on mute. So for simplicity, I assumed x1 equals 1, x2 equals 3, x3 equals 5, x4 equals 7, and x5 equals 9. So I assume this data set as my example, okay? Instead of x1, x2, x5. We know that median of this data set is 5, right? Median is 5 for this data set, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, in the question, it said that each observation has now become 3 times the observation plus 1. Right? 3 times x1 plus 1, 3 times x2 plus 1, so on. Right? 3 times x1 plus 1, 3 times x2 plus 1, so on. Right? So my new data set would be this, right? Instead of 1, I will now have, right, this one. If I plug in 1 here, it would be 3 into 1 plus 1, which is 4, right? Similarly, for 3, it would be 3 into 3 plus 1, which is 10. For 5, it would be 3 into 5 plus 1, 16. Similarly, 22 and 28, right?
Yes, sir.
So the median of my
Yes.
new data set has now become 16.
Yes, sir.
So if you notice the pattern here, my new median is also following the same pattern. It's 3 times the old median This is 3 times each observation plus 1. So 3 times 5 plus 1. So your median also get affected in the same manner as you modified your observations. So here I know that the median of my data set is 45. Now I modified my data set by multiplying each observation by 3 and then adding 1. So my median will also get affected in the same manner. It would be 3 times 45 plus 1, right? So it would be 136. Is this clear now, everyone, or any doubt in it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear, it's very clear.
Okay,
Sir,
moving. Yeah.
doubt in percentile, sir, and also quartile. Can you
We will
clear
come to it later. We are in 3.3. So any doubt till lecture 3.3? By lecture 3.3, I mean frequency distribution, mean, median, mode. Any doubt in it?
Doubt? No, sir.
Okay, let's discuss a quick question. Okay, I want you all to answer this one. Okay, let me just write it. Just think a bit conceptually before answering. Okay. 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 Suppose I have a.
Question 6 is very clear.
Okay. Okay. Suppose I have a bunch of cars. Okay. And I have classified those cars. Let's suppose at any showroom or something you have.
Yes. Please continue, class.
Okay. So I have classified those cars on the basis of their type. Okay, suppose you can have something like this. So we have SUV, we have hatchback, and we have some sedan, right? Let's suppose. And I'm given the frequencies of all this. Let's say this is 30. This is 20. And let's say it's 40. 90 in total. Okay, great. Okay, so I will just open a quick poll over here. Me do it. Okay, let's say it's Okay, I think the poll is open. You all can quickly answer in it. So this is the data we have. So we have classified cars on the basis of their types. I went to a showroom. I have seen there are 30 SUVs, 20 hatchback, 40 sedans. So what would be the mode?
So is it sedan?
Just poll, answer in the poll. Still left
Okay,
4
sir.
minutes left for that.
Can you repeat this?
Okay, so the question is we went to a showroom. Okay, we have seen there are total 90 cars over there, and I have classified them into on the basis of their types. Like this car is SUV, this is hatchback, this is sedan, and this is the bar chart I have obtained. So what is the mode of this data set?
sedan, sir? Sedan.
40. 40.
Just answer in the
46.
poll. Answer in the poll.
Mode
Sedan.
means maximum. So
Answer.
I will make
What is the highest number of frequency?
unable to unmute. So now you can answer silently in the poll. Just quick 1 minute to answer. Just do it, everyone. Okay, I think we have a big tie in 40 and Sudan. Okay, let's close the poll. Okay, just one quick question. Can we make frequency distribution table for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me
Yes,
make
sir.
it first. I think then we can discuss better on it. Type is SUV hatchback. I'm just writing it a bit. Okay, it's 30, 20, 40 if I remember. Okay, what's the type of this data? It's categorical or numerical?
Categorical.
Categorical.
Categorical, numerical. Okay, I think there is still some confusion. Let's write it down. Okay, what does this frequency of 34 SUV means?
There are 30 SUVs.
It's a numerical, 38.
It means in my data set, SUV appear 30 times, right?
30 times.
So my data set would be something like this, right?
Yes.
Then I will have 20 times hatchback. Then I will have 40 times sedan. Now what's the type of this data set? Categorical, numerical?
Categorical.
Categorical, right? So what would be the mode?
Sedan.
Model sedan.
Sedan, right? Not 40. Okay. What's the median of this data set?
Not defined.
No, not defined.
Cannot calculate.
Okay, mode is sedan, median, plus saying not defined. Okay. Mean?
Mean also not defined, sir.
Not defined, right? Okay. Why is mean is not defined because it's categorical. Why is median not defined?
Because it's not ordinal.
Ordinal. Because we have to arrange it in ordinal.
Yeah, so the given data is nominal, right?
Yeah.
So given data set, check its scale of measurement first before computing mean, median, mode. Because I've seen in such question what many students do it, they will answer mean as 30, mode as 40, and median they will answer, I don't know, hatchback or something. They will do. I don't know. But yeah, this is one of the common mistake we see. So be careful while computing mean, median, mode for the given data set. First, check its scale of measurement. We have done week 1 for a reason before week 2 and week 3, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, moving further. Any doubt in first 3 lectures now before we proceed to make
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Measure of dispersion. Okay. Any doubt in this? Range, variance, standard deviation, activity 3.4, anyone?
एक बार थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए, इसमें थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन है, मतलब पता है होता क्या है, बट एक बार एक्सप्लेन कर दीजिए, आप बताएंगे थोड़ा अच्छे से समझ में आ जाएगा.
Confusion in which part?
Standard deviation, variance.
वेरिएंस, सैंपल वेरिएंस, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन, एक और कंफ्यूजन है सर.
Okay. Let's start with it. Okay. Okay. So for now, let's assume we have only 3 measures of dispersion. We will proceed with this. So, okay. First one is range. Do you know how to find the range? It's maximum minus minimum value, right?
Yeah.
So if my data set, let's suppose I will take a bit easy for simplicity. Suppose this is my data set. So what would be the maximum value in it?
9.
9 minus 1, right? So range is 8.
Yeah.
So in general, it means if there is a spread of 8 units in my data set. That's the maximum my data set can spread. That's what the range means, right? So there's a difference between maximum minimum value will be maximum of 8 units. That's what your range signifies here. Okay. Next, a bit interesting thing about variance. Okay, I will proceed with population variance for now. Let me write it. So it will always be mentioned in the question to you when to compute population, when to compute sample. But later in the courses like stats 2 and machine learning, you will see when, like, you will have a basic understanding of when to compute sample, when to compute population. But for stats 1 course, it will always be mentioned that you need to compute population variance or sample variance. Okay. So if you remember, the formula for population variance is this, right? So can you interpret it like what this formula is trying to say, but we are doing it in general?
Sir, we should always use mean, sir. In deviation?
In variance and standard deviation, we use mean, but there are other measures where you use some other values also.
We
Let's
can also
not
use
go deep
median
into
and
that.
mode, sir.
Yeah, but those are beyond the scope of this course for now. Okay. For now,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
only you can stick to mean part.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so can anyone interpret this formula in terms of words? What this formula is trying to say?
So this is um, uh, the observation minus the mean to the square, all their sums divided by the number of observations.
Okay, so if I simplify it a bit, I can say that what we are taking is we are taking a deviation of each observation from the mean, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, right. Okay, not deviation, let me say it's square deviation, right? So why square deviation? Why we cannot simply take the deviation? Why we always need to take square deviation for variance?
The
Why?
negative.
There'll be minus
Because
figure
they
to
all will
make
be
positive
cancelled and will equal to 0.
Summation.
Minus value as
Sir,
well.
but
So this
sir, but we could also use modulus if we want to give positive thing.
Summation will become 0. So
Yeah.
Sir,
So
but for summation we could also use mod. Why we do not use mod instead of that piece? Why?
mod because of this. Okay, so yeah, mod we also use that term is called mean deviation, which is beyond the scope of this course for now again. So you can refer any good statistics book. There are some valid theorems and proofs why it's squared and not mod for s. Okay. Okay, so remember this thing, or you can also check your calculation if you're doing it or not. It will always come out to be 0. Okay.
Sir, sir, my question is for what purpose the variance is? Means we know the range that what is the maximum and minimum,
Yeah, it's
what is the length of the data that gives range. What is the use of variance?
yeah, we are coming to it. Okay, suppose this is my data set, okay, and this is my mean value over here. Okay. Or in general, okay, let's, before going to plot, let me tell you, this is my one data set, okay, and this is my other data set. Let's say, okay, not this, I need some, okay, let's make it 5. 7, 25, 7 and 9. Okay, what's the mean of this data set? 5, right? And what's the mean of my this data set? It's -9, -7, 25, 7, 9. It's also 5, right?
5. So can we have minus values?
Yeah, you can have any values in your data set. It's not necessarily be positive always, right?
What minus indicates, sir? If positive indicates.
It could be a temperature of some sort.
Anything, whatever you're measuring, if it can take negative values, if suppose my scale of measurement is an interval scale, I can have negative value, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, let me plot this data set now. Let's suppose it's 1, 3. Okay, let's stick to a line. I think that would be better. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And this point is your mean, right? So how much your data is spread from the mean? That's what we need to identify. How much variation is there in your data from the mean point? So we can see that it's this much. So we have some measures to compute. So population variance is one among those. So what I do is I take difference of each observation from the mean. I compute the distance between them and square it, and then add all of them and take the average. So that give me the spread of observations, average spread of observation from the mean. Let's come to this data set, the second one.
Sir, I
Here
have
it's
one doubt. The notation where x above x we have an underline. So why? What does this notation indicates to us?
this is mean.
Oh, sure. Okay. Okay. Sir.
Now here, if you notice, this is your mean point, right? Okay, no, not this one. Your mean point is again 5. So we have to draw this. This is your mean, right? This is -9. This is -7. This is 7, 9, 25. This is your mean. And you see that even though mean of both data set is same, the spread is more in this second data set, right? As compared to my first data set.
Yes,
So
sir.
how do I compute like which data has the more spread, in which data that the observations are more far away from the mean? So for that purpose, we have a measure which is called population variance or sample variance. So if I compute variance for this, so the variance value of this data set would be greater than variance of this data set, because here observations are very close to mean, but here the observations are very far away from the mean. So that's the purpose of variance. How much your data is spread from the mean.
What if variance of the second data will be more
Yeah.
in both case, population variance and sample
Yeah.
variance?
Yeah.
What does difference between this population variance and sample variance?
For now, if okay, let's not generalize it a bit, but for the purpose of this course, it's just two different formula and you will be mentioned. But in general, what happens is, okay, let's not confuse you a bit much. You will cover it in statistics too. You will know why there are two different terms, sample and population variance. You will know that.
Sir, how
This
can we
variance is
find
measured from the mean. We could also make we could also find the variance from the other data also, sir.
You can also find variance from
the other data set. We have found this variance with respect to mean. You have said that how the data is split from the mean.
Yeah.
We could also choose the corner value or any other value in the data set to find variance. That will
No,
also
that would
be
not be variance. That has some other names, but variance is we find that's the definition of variance. How much there. Okay, let me everyone. Okay, so yeah, that's the definition of variance. Variance means how much your data is spread from the mean. If you take some any other value, then we have some other measures to compute, but for now it's beyond the scope of this course. So variance, there is a definition of variance which tells you how much your data is spread from the mean point. Okay. If you take some other points, yeah, we can definitely do that, and we have some well-defined measures like we have other deviations. You can look into it if you want to explore, but yeah, we will not cover those in this course for now. It's foundation level only.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So how do we compute mean when only 5 number summary is given, sir?
When only 5 number is okay. Do you know what is 5 number summary first?
The minimum, first quartile, the the mean or median.
Okay, it's median, second quartile. Yeah.
Okay, so third quartile and the maximum, sir.
Maximum value. Yeah. So you cannot compute mean from the 5 number summary. Exact value of mean, I mean.
But there was a question in the practice assignment, sir. There was a feedback for that as well, but I wasn't able to follow the feedback properly.
That question asks which one of the following could be the possible value. So could be the possible values we can find, like it can be one of the possible value, but we can never find the exact value from the 5 number summary. Okay,
But I wasn't able to follow the feedback as well, sir. So
yeah, we will do the concept of quartiles first, and then we will go there. Okay.
yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other doubt in this variance, standard deviation, and range part? Anyone?
Sir,
Yeah.
I have a doubt.
Hello, sir. In a
Yeah.
standard deviation, in the practice assignment, I think there is a question where to find the standard deviation.
Okay.
The first one is given, but the question is like that. The number is 17, but by mistakenly it is given as 14. So the mean is same. I mean, we have to
Mean won't
find
be the same. You have to find the correct mean first, and then you have to find the correct. I think it's a graded assignment, not the practice assignment.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a graded assignment. Just think on it. We will discuss after deadline. But yeah, if one observation is wrong, your mean will also change. So you have to take into the consideration the new mean while computing the new variance.
I have done right. And so one more. I think in a graded assignment question, we have to find the outlier.
Outlier concept we will cover. We will cover outlier concept in the. We will do it in next 10-15 minutes. We will do. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And so,
Yeah.
also you said like a range represents something that we did like 1 minus 9 is 8. So what does that 8 represent?
8 represent means your maximum spread is of 8 units only, right? If I make a new scale, if I plot numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9, so these are only 8 units which I will be covering in my data set. It cannot go above 8, right? I don't need more units than that.
So that is sample variance, sir.
Sample variance, you understood variance, right? So sample variance just have a different formula. Just that's what you need to. And why the formula is different, we will cover it in stats 2. Let's not go that deep for now.
So, and one more doubt. And in mock question, that last graph.
Yeah, mock question will come. Let's wrap up the week 3 first quickly. Okay. Any other doubts?
Always represents spread concept, sir.
Which thing?
Variance always represents spread concept, sir.
Yeah. Measure of dispersion. Measure of dispersion means measure of how spread only. So range, variance, standard deviation, they all do the same thing. They
only
tell
spread,
you
right?
how much spread. Only spread. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. Moving further. Next is percentile, quartiles, and interquartile range. Any doubt in this? Anyone?
In the whole section.
Yeah, I could not understand anything
I
about percentile
don't
concept.
understand anything about
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it with everyone or only a few group?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Percentile concept.
Yeah,
percentile concept. Sir, 3.5 lecture. Can you please explain the whole? Like.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so is there anything which you didn't liked about that lecture? Like why you all get stuck in that lecture only? Is it some?
Not explain from basic.
So, is there some feedback you would like to share about this lecture? So.
Yes, sir. I recommend to sir
Some clear diagrammatical representation.
After seeing tutorials, we understood little bit about the quartile, but in lecture, unable to.
Sir,
Why were you unable? But which
I have
part?
a feedback
So because of
regarding.
a formula,
Sir.
I'm unable to understand the percentile.
Formula part, not much about the explanation part.
So the thing which are important in talking
Formula
about
and
professor
also
goes
like
through very fast through
examples.
this.
Okay, so there is a option to give feedback just under the lecture. So please give your feedback. It also helps
Sir,
us
its
to
feedback
improve
is
this.
1.7 when I last checked.
Only this lecture, others we understood clear.
Yes, sir. Lecture is
So, sir, this is the first lecture I had to go to YouTube to understand these points. Otherwise, everything I understand from here only.
now
Please
it's
clarify,
2.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. This is the only lecture like we have got.
Okay, so have you all written why you felt like that? So we can go through it and
Explanation is not clear, formula is not clear, and also there are only one question to explain.
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, actually, sir, earlier when I asked, the people, they told me that from week third we have initiated that part. What in the activity questions and all, if you refresh, you get a new bundle of questions.
Practice assignment
But
1.1. Yeah.
only practice assignment, not in the activity questions.
Not in the activity. Only practice assignment. First practice assignment. Whenever you refresh, you will get a new set of 5 questions.
So in the week 1 and 2, that is not there, but from the week 3, it's
In
there.
week 1 2 is also it's there. Let's see, it's 2.1. If I refresh, I will get a new set of 5 questions on every refresh. Or I have this now. If I refresh, I will get new set of 5 questions. So it's for every week's first assignment.
Practice assignment, sir.
First practice assignment of every week. 3.1, 1.1, 2.1, 4.1. Every practice assignment of first week.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I'm not getting, sir. Is there any marks for practice assignment, sir?
The one in which there are 5 questions, right?
No, there is no marks. If you refresh, you will get a new set of 5 questions to practice in case you want to practice more. I don't know why you guys were so much concerned about mark things. Let's just focus on concept. You will get the marks for sure.
Sir,
Yeah, we will come to it. Let's do the quartile percentile concept first. Okay?
Sir, first clear the doubt, sir. Is there any marks for the practice assignment in for?
You can check grading document. I've already answered this question a lot of time, and I
You are
also
only
want you to be
concerned
more
about the
concerned about
marks.
concept, not marks things for
Once
now.
again,
Okay.
sir.
Marks thing you can refer grading document. You can write to support team, and you can mail them. Okay.
Can you go ahead with explanations, please?
Yeah, we will go ahead with it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we were at quartile percentile. Only these two, right? And IQR. Yeah. Okay. Before going that, do you know what is like? What does median do? Suppose this is my data set. What will median do in the data set?
It will divide the data into
Will calculate mid value.
Mid value, right? Two equal parts it will divide.
Yes.
Median. Okay. So median is one point which divides my data into two parts, two equal parts, right? I can say. Let me just write it.
Yeah.
1 point and which divides in two parts, two equal parts, let's say. Similarly, quartile. Quartile is 3 points. 3 points which divide your data in 4 equal parts.
Right.
Okay, yeah, we will do it. So let's suppose
Quarter.
this is quartile comes from the term quarter. So let's suppose this is my first quartile. Second quartile will coincide with the median. We will see why it does. And third is this. So if I take these 3 points, then what happens is my data set is divided into 4 equal parts. This is first part, this is second part, third, and fourth. Okay. So what does your first quartile do? So your first quartile, if you see that it's 4 equal parts, right? In median, how many observation on the left side of median? Any guess?
50%.
50% on the left and 50% into right. Okay. So now 3 points of quartile dividing dataset into 4 points, 4 parts, right? So how much percentage on the left side of first quartile?
25%.
25 and 75, right?
Yes, sir.
For second quartile?
So 50-50.
50-50.
50, right? That's why it coincides with the median, because median and second quartile do the same thing. Third quartile on the left?
75.
Okay, so for those who didn't understand, see, 3 points divide my dataset into 4 equal parts, right? So each part is 25%. So quartile 1 is here. It means on the left side we have 25%, on the right we have 25 plus 25 plus 25, 75. For second quartile, I have 2 parts here, 50%, 50. And for third, I have 3 parts on the left and 1 part on 25. Any doubt in this, anyone?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
No, sir, it's clear.
Yeah, right. So you understood what basically is quartile, right?
Yes,
The
sir.
quartile came from the
Yes, sir.
quarters. Any guess
Yes,
on
sir.
percentile? Median is a point which divides into equal parts. Quartile is a 3 point which divide in 4 equal parts. Any guess on percentile?
Divide in 100 parts.
Divide in 100 parts. Okay. So how many points we need for 100 parts?
100.
Okay. Anyone? Any other guess? For 2 parts, I need only 1 point. For 4 parts, I need only 3.
Need 99.
Percentile
99.
means
Yes,
that how many
99.
things are less than or equal to that one. Suppose 99 percentile means 99% things are below or equal.
Yeah. So 99 points divide my dataset into 100 equal parts. That's the percentile, right?
Right.
So that's the basic understanding, right? So if I say, okay, you understood Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay. If I say 37th percentile, what does it mean?
37th part.
It's like
So
we are ahead of 37.
36, sir.
36 people.
37th value on this line.
Position in the range. So it means, suppose this is my 37th percentile. It means that 37% of data is on its left and remaining 63 is on its right side.
ये तो 37% ही हो गया ना? What is the difference?
Yeah, percentiles came from the percentage only.
No, sir. What is the difference?
What is the difference? Okay,
Yeah.
you tell. What's the difference? Like, why do you think it's
No.
percentage?
So percentage is the part of the 100th value, right? That is the
Yeah.
percentage. So it is also carrying the 37th percentile. But when I saw the lecture, ma'am was telling ki there is a difference. So I could not understand the difference between both of them.
I think we have a particular value here.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the
it's
range is not 1 to 100. It's
yeah, range is not 1 to 100. Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah,
I
so
can have data set
7%
in any
means
range.
37th position
What
of the
difference
range.
and I am not able to.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's suppose your data set is varying from, let's say, 1. Okay, let's say 1, or let's take 1 to 1,000. Right.
Like 40% and 60%, right, sir?
Okay. Let's not take any values. Suppose this is your data. Okay. It could be any range. Any number you can think of. Let's just make some random guesses. I think it's 35 here and 100 here. Okay. And I say that, let's say, 40th percentile, suppose I'm saying it's 56. It means that there is a value 56 right? Behind which we have 40% of my data set, and above which I have 60% of my data set. Is this making sense now? Or you can
Yes,
say
sir.
we have graded assignment scores, right? Let's say it's graded assignment 2, we had, let's say 9 questions, right? 0 to 9. If I say that the 40th percentile is 3, so 3 would be somewhat here. It means that 40% of students have, you know, done less than or equal to 3 questions correct, and remaining 60% did more than that, right?
It is showing the range. Is it? Is it?
Range what?
It is showing the range, right?
0 to 9, yeah, it's the range. Minimum value is 0, maximum is.
This percentile thing is, it is showing the range. Okay, 0 to 3 or 3 ke piche there are some people, and
Yeah,
60
it's
ke
telling you
piche.
how many people are behind the 3 and how many people are above 3.
Okay.
40% are behind 3, 60% are
Typically,
above
it is
3.
the position in that range.
Position, yeah. So similarly, suppose let's assume another example. Suppose I have an exam of 15 marks, okay, and suppose my median marks of class is, let's say, 3. What does it mean? That 50% of students have scored less than equal to 3, right?
Yes, sir.
And 50% have scored greater than that. Okay. Now, if I say 75th percentile is 5, what does it mean?
Means 70% people scored
Means 75.
5 or equal to 5.
75% scored below 5 and above rest of them scored above 5.
Less,
Right.
25%,
than
right?
5 or equal to 5.
It can go equal to in either direction. It depends sometimes. Okay. So what does it mean is 75% of students are in the range 0 to 5 and remaining 25 are in the range 5 to 15. So have you ever given, like, you know, the J thing or any where the percentile concept is used? Your rank comes
Yes,
in
sir.
terms of
Yes,
percentile,
sir.
right? So that's how they compute. Your rank is 90th percentile. It means you have performed better than 90% of students, and
Yes,
10%
sir.
students have performed better than you, right?
Right.
That's exactly the same percentile thing. Okay. Is the basic understanding clear for the two?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So can
What
you
is,
explain through the question which is given
yeah,
in
we,
the activity?
yeah, I will come to question part. So were you able to understand when we use median, what's the purpose of quartile and what's the purpose of percentile?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see how to compute it. Okay, okay, how to compute it. So suppose I have n number of observation. Okay, let's say my n equals 9. I have 9 observations, right? And which percentile you want to compute? Let's just say any random number, anyone, 0 to 100.
95.
95. Okay, so you have to follow the some step. Your step 1 is you need to find n into p. N into p. Okay, so your p is here 95 percentage. Remember, so p will become 0.95.
Okay, it's first.
Okay, so first step is n times p. So what's the value we get when we do it? 9 into 0.95. Let me just quickly do it. It's 8.55.
8.55.
Right?
Right.
Now we have two scenarios. Okay, so this is your step 1. In step 2, we have two scenarios. I will do it. This is your first case, and this is your second case. So, case 1, case 2. So, your first case is my n times p is not an integer. Or I could get an integer, right? Is an integer, let's say. These are the only two possibilities we can get for n times p, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this case, when it's not an integer, what we do is we take the next, or you can say next closest highest integer. So what's the next integer to this value? 8.55?
9.
9, right? So it means my ninth observation in the data set is the 95th percentile. Okay. And suppose in general, let's suppose it comes out to be an integer. Suppose I did n into p and it comes out to be 6.
So then it will be 6 epsilon.
Then it would be sixth observation, mean of sixth and seventh observation, average of this and the next observation. Is this thing clear? How we are doing it?
No, sir, it is not clear. It is. I
Sir,
think it's better to say by example, sir, by giving the data, proper data.
We will do it by data as well.
We are
So
doing
are you
theory.
getting the intuition?
Yes, sir.
What we are doing, right?
Not this
That's the
last.
thing we also do in the median, right? If we don't get an integer value. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, we will continue. Okay, suppose this is your data set, right? 5. Okay, n equals 5, right? Suppose p equals 40% or 0.40. What is your n times p? It's 5 into 0.40, which is 2, right?
2.
It's coming out to be an integer. Integer, it means I will take second observation, mean of second and third observation. So, and remember, second and third observation, I mean is you need to arrange your data set in ascending order.
3 and 5.
In ascending order data set. So second observation is 3 and third is 5th. So 3 plus 5 by 2, 4. So it means that there is one observation 4, behind which there is 40% of data and above which there is 60% of data. And you can check it, right? There are total 5.
Why should we take second observation or third observation? Why?
Because I got n into p equals 2.
Yeah, 2. It's okay. It's all right. Then
Yeah.
we have to take a second observation, and after that we have to add one more.
Yeah, we need to take the average of 2 when it's come out to be an integer.
Okay, so the average of this will be the 40th percentile.
Yeah, 40th percentile.
The case of integer. And what about
Yeah.
if it is not integer, sir?
We are doing that, right? Let's wait for a minute. Okay.
I have query. मान लो जैसे 8.5 आया तो मैंने 8 के बाद वाला जो इंटीजर है वो 9 ले लिया, but if the value is 8.1 or 8.
In that case also you will take 9.
Okay, so if anything is above 8.0, so I will move to next value.
Yeah, you will move to 9. Okay, so let's see how this 40th percentile works. So let me plot my data set over here. This is observation 1, right? This is 3. This is 5. This is 7. This is 9. And I said there is one observation 4, behind which there is 40% of data and above which there is 60% of data, right? I'm claiming it. We need to verify it, right? So how many observations less than 4?
2.
Less than or equal to 4? 2, right? Okay. And how many above 4?
3.
3. So and total number of observation is 5.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
how many observations are below 4? It's 2 by 5 into 100%, right? Which is nothing but 40%.
Yes.
And above 4, it's 3 by 5 into 100, which is so
I have
60%.
I have doubt.
60% of my observations are above 4, right? And 40% of my observations are below 4. We can visualize it as well now, right?
Sir,
Why
I have
does this? Let me finish first.
Okay.
So this value of 4 is making sense now, right? Why it's the 40th percentile?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. One more thing before. Let's say this is my data set 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. How do you guys compute the median?
5. 5.
No. How we compute? If n is
Like we have
5,
to.
It is the middle
By
value.
2 plus 1.
Like,
yeah, we do n by 2, right? And
right.
then check if
Yes.
it's integer or not an integer. Why we do n by 2?
Because it gives the middle value of the data
Yeah.
set.
Middle value means 50%. Below it, 50% above it, right?
Right.
So it is same as 50th percentile. In other word, you are saying, right?
Right.
Right. 50th percentile means my p is equals to 0.5. N equals 5. So n times p will be n by 2 only, right?
Right.
So 50th percentile and median are the same. Okay.
Yes.
One thing I said that my first quartile, it has 25% observation below and 75% above. It means my first quartile is 25th percentile.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes.
Suppose my n is 5, then my p would be 0.25, right? And if you recall, for first quartile, we do n by 4 because my n times p would be 0.25 times n, which is 1 by 4 into n.
Oh, yes.
For third
Yes.
quartile, we do 3n by 4. Why 3n by 4? Because in that case, my p is 0.75.
0.75.
So you are getting the sense now why we do this only. Right? What's the intuition of the all these three? Is it clear or any doubt in this, anyone?
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. I want
Yeah.
to something. See,
Yeah.
in this case, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, one if we divide, one is 28 percentile, 3 is 40 percentile, right, sir? And 5 is 60th percentile.
5 is 50th percentile. And 60th
5 is
percentile, I think 60th percentile here would be 6, not 5.
no 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 data is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So why it is not 5 is 60 percentile? Because if 1 is 20th percentile, according to
1 is
me,
20th percentile.
5 is
1
60th
is not
percentile.
20th percentile. Who said 1 is 20th percentile?
What, sir?
Who said 1 is 20th percentile? I don't think it's 20th percentile. Okay,
We have
n is 5.
0%, sir.
Yeah, 0th percentile is your minimum value and 100th percentile is your maximum value, because maximum value has 100% observation on its left side, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
minimum value has 0% value on its left side. So minimum value is 0th percentile and maximum is 100th percentile.
Okay, sir.
So you are saying 20th percentile, right? 20th percentile means p is equals to 0.20. So n times p becomes 1. It's an integer. So I will take average of first and second observation, which is 2. So 2 is my 20th percentile, not 1.
But 2 is not in our data set, right?
Not in our data set, it doesn't matter. If I plot it, right? Suppose my point 2 is here. Your percentile value need not to be in data set. How many observations behind on the left side of 2? 1 out of 5 observations, right?
Right.
1 out of 5 observations mean 20% of my data set.
Right.
On the right side, I have 40%, remaining 80%, right? 4 by 5 observations. So that's what the definition of percentile is. Any value that precedes, if I say 20th percentile, so it precedes 20% of my data set and is exceeded by remaining 80% of data set. Right?
If suppose, sir, it is not integer, then how we will compute, sir?
If it's not integer, okay, let's take an example. Let's take p is equals to 95, we did, right? 95%, 0.95. So what would be n times p? It would be 5 times 0.95, right? So it's coming out to be 4.75. 4.75 means I will take my fifth observation. We will take the next highest integer. Even if it's 4.01, we will take fifth observation. Remember that. Even if it's 4.01. Next highest integer would be 5 only. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
N into P is 4.75. Okay, so it is not integer. So what we will do, sir, in this case, we will take the next value, that is 5, integer 5.
Yeah.
And the value of the 5 is 9.
9. Fifth observation. Remember, your data set is in ascending order. It's in ascending order data set only.
Okay.
So just remember this percentile formula. Then using it, you can compute anything you want, median, quartiles, right? Now everything is making sense now, right? 25%, 50%. Why we computed this 25, 75 thing? Is this clear now, or any other doubt in it?
Yes, sir, clear.
Now
There
it's
is any specific formula for finding Q1, Q2, Q3?
Q1, Q2, Q3. What is Q1? Q1 means 25% below it and 75% above it, right?
Yes, yes.
So Q1 is same as 25th percentile, right?
Sir, is there any specific formula by which we can find it?
Specific formula, it's same, right? We just did this thing, right? If you want, you can do it. For Q1, we find the n by fourth observation, and then we see if it's integer or not an integer. If it's integer, we take the average of this and the next observation. So instead of remembering this formula, you can simply do it in terms of percentile only, right?
P is equal
Q1
to
means
0.25.
yeah, Q1 means 25% below it, 75% above it, which is same as 25th percentile, right?
Yes.
25th percentile means my P is 0.25. Now you can compute it, right? You find n into P. There are two cases. If it's integer, you know what to do. If it's not an integer, you know what to do, right?
Yes.
You can now generalize
Excellent, sir.
everything. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, ma'am, when I was giving the example in the Google spreadsheet, ma'am took the
Yeah.
p value. First value was 0.1, the second was 0.25, then 0.3. So why ma'am took 0.25? Why not 0.2 directly?
Google Sheet use different formula. We won't be focusing on Google Sheet algorithm now. For now, for our algorithm is this method we need to know.
But why 0.25?
You can
Why
also
not
take
0.2?
Which one? Can you repeat?
In Google Sheet, when ma'am was giving an example.
Okay. So,
See,
can you
0.2 means second one, I guess.
Can you tell me what's the example? Like, I don't recall at the moment.
For calculating percentile.
Calculating percentile, okay. So what ma'am did?
Ma'am took first 0.1, then 0.25, then 0.3, then 0.4, then 5. Since sir on this for 7, so ma'am took 0.75, but not 7. Why is that so?
I think ma'am might be computing 10th percentile, then first quartile, then 30th percentile, 40th, and then third quartile.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any?
Ishana, just a quick question. This Google Sheet will be available in the exam because for
No.
standard
Google Sheet won't be available in your exam, and we also expect you to solve the formula by using the manual algorithm, not the Google Sheet algorithms.
Got it. Thank you.
And calculation would be kept simpler because we know you have to use TCS calculator and not Google Sheets or anything.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt in activity in practice assignment 3.1. Can we refer to that?
Yeah, 3.1 we all have different question. You need to tell me the question statement.
Yeah, so sir, my question is the 5 number summary of 99 observation of a numerical variable is 25, 35, 47, 56, and 78. Based
Okay.
on this information, which of the following statement could be true?
Could be true. Okay.
Okay, so I have referred to the solution because I have solved that there is a point that mean of the data is 41.13, which is correct. So
Okay.
according to the solution which is presented, there is a term which is minimum mean.
Yeah.
Minimum mean and maximum possible mean. So how we can actually tell that the mean of the data is 41.13? We can just conclude that it would be between the range 41.13 to 53.65.
Yeah. So it
So
41.13 is one of the possible values of mean also, right?
yeah, it's the minimum mean. It's minimum mean.
Yeah. So that's what I think question statement is. Which of the one of the following could be the possible true statement or something like this? There is a term possible
Yes.
in the question.
Yes,
That's
sir.
why this is true, because it is a possible thing to happen.
Oh, no, sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt. There was like which of the following statement could be true?
Could be true. Yeah. Could be true. So mean, you are saying that mean is in the range 41.13 to something, right? So
Yeah, it's
41.13
like
is a possible value
53.65.
of mean. So it is a possible value of mean, right? Could be true. It could be true. That's what the question is.
Okay, sir. Thank you for clearing.
Okay, so in next,
So,
yeah,
so please correct me if I am wrong. So
yeah.
if we have to find the 25%, 50%, then we put 25 upon 100 and
Yeah, P
then
is equals to
into
25. Yeah.
number of observations, right?
Yeah, N into P. Yeah.
It's a formula of a percentile.
Yeah.
That's enough. And if we get the answer in integer, then we have to add the answer and plus answer plus 1 upon 2.
What do you mean by answer?
If we get something like
Suppose I get 3.
yes, sir.
So
Then
you are
we
saying
have
answer would be 3 plus 4 by 2. You are saying that.
yes, sir.
No. It means third observation plus fourth observation in ascending order data set by 2. Observation.
Okay, sir.
So suppose in this data set, third observation is 5. Fourth observation is 7. So answer would be 5 plus 7 by 2, not 3 plus 4 by 2.
Okay, sir. And
Second.
in decimal, we just write the answer. That is 3, right?
Integer. Yeah, that observation. Suppose I got 2.25. So I will write third observation.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Why there is difference in the value by Google spreadsheet and the business?
Can you repeat? Your
Why
voice is
there is
breaking.
a difference in the value while using the Google spreadsheet and the map?
Okay, because Google spreadsheet use some interpolation thing to compute the answer. Because in general, okay, that's a good question. Let me clarify this also. You remember this data set, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, right? And I said my 40th percentile was 4. Okay, studio team, can you please ban this guy Satya from my sessions? Just remove it. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so where will it be? Yeah, so I said this value 4 is my 40th percentile, right? Suppose, let's not 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Is my value 3.5 also doing the same thing?
Yes.
Still 40% are below it and 60% are above it, right?
Yes.
So any value in between 3 and 5 are doing the same thing.
Yes.
right? So Google Sheet used some different formula to compute the value in between 3 and 5. We just simply take the average. That's the difference. Google Sheet use some interpolation and do it.
So we have to use this method.
No, you have to use the manual form. The formula we discussed today, that's what you have to do.
Okay.
Okay, moving further to interquartile range. Interquartile range is nothing but third quartile minus first quartile. Okay, so it tells you where, in which range your middle 50% of data lies. And another term of concern today is outlier. Outlier, okay, let me write it down. Any value which is either less than Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR or greater than Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR is considered as an outlier. Okay. So to find which value is an outlier, you need to find this first, what is Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. If you see any value less than that, that would be an outlier. Or compute Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR. If you see any value greater than that, that will also be an outlier.
What will be the outlier in the candlestick graph? That's what.
Can you repeat? I couldn't hear you properly.
What was the meaning for the outlier in the candlestick graph at the box?
And also, sir, what is the use of it?
What is the use of it? You have seen that already. Outlier. What is the significance of outlier? Outlier can directly affect my measure of central tendency, right? So if I
No,
catch
sir.
that
He's
the
asking about the box representation.
okay, box presentation. No, someone was asking, say, what was the use of box plot? So if I know that there is an outlier in my data set, I will not use mean to compute the measure of central tendency. I will use median or mode, right, which are not affected much. Okay, so yeah, this is your box plot. Those who are not aware of it, please go through the tutorial of box plot. So this is the minimum value. This is first quartile. This dotted line you might see, sometime you might not see always. This is optional line. It is Q2 or median. This is third quartile, and this is maximum value. So when we have outlier, what we do is we show it by this. Some show it by dot, some show it by some cross. There are different notations. So that's how we represent that there is an outlier in my data set. Okay. Okay. So let's move to the question parts. Anyone any doubt till now? Yeah.
Sir, is it true for all the data set that the mean and median always decrease when the outliers are excluded?
Mean and median always decrease. Might not. Mean will definitely decrease. Median, I cannot say always. Sometimes it might, sometimes it might not.
So according to the data set, it may vary, right,
Yeah,
sir?
median, I'm not sure. Mean will definitely change.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, that's why whenever there is an outlier, we avoid using mean. We switch to median. That's an easy way to proceed.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you go to that slide which consists of the outlier formula?
Outlier formula, sure. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
IQR.
Thank you.
If
Okay, just a slight clarification. You're saying outliers will always lead to mean, getting reduced?
Not reduced. He said if I remove the outlier observation, my mean will get reduced. It's also not always. It can also increase.
Correct,
as well.
correct. That's the reason, right? I think
It can also
these are
increase, yeah.
independent. These both are independent
Yeah.
of each other.
But mean will definitely change. That's what I can assure you.
Correct. It depends upon the population size of the outliers, right? Correct.
Yeah. Thanks for correcting. Yeah. Mean will not necessarily always reduce, but yeah, it will always change for sure. I can guarantee that. Okay, great.
Sir,
Okay.
can you clear it by giving example, sir?
By giving an example, okay, I think we can do that. I think we did that, I think. Wrong. See, when I had only this black observation, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. My mean was 5. But if I have an outlier added to it, my mean has become 170. So having an outlier in the data set has affected my mean very significantly, right? But median is not that much affected. So how do we know this 1000 is outlier? So you can check that 1000 is definitely 1.5 times IQR of this. So yeah, of this complete data set. If you compute your third quartile, it would be, I think, 3 by 4 times 6, 18 by 4, 4.5, fifth observation. So your Q3 is 9. IQR would be, I think, 6 again. So 9 plus 1.5 times 6. You see that 1000 is definitely greater than this. So it is an outlier. We can catch it easily. Okay. Anyone, anything else?
Sir, I have one doubt in mock test, question 6.
Okay, mock test will go. Before that, any doubt in the week 3 now, before we move to other things? You guys have other session also.
Sir, the 5-number summary, how to find the mean and mode?
5-number summary, we cannot find mean and mode. We can only find the possible values. And I would suggest
But
you
there
to go
is
through
one
that.
question in the practice assignment 3.1. I don't remember the question, but they asked the mean in the 5-number summary.
No, they asked for the possible value of mean. Okay, so let me just give you an hint, then you can proceed further. That suppose my mean, it's the question said that we had 99 observations, right? And the 5-number summary was, let's say this. Not sure if I'm correct, but let's say this. So do you know how to read 5-number summary? This is your minimum value. This is first quartile. This is second quartile. This is third quartile, and this is maximum value, right? So it means 99 observations. Okay, so by first quartile, it means I have 24 observations below my first quartile, right? It means I could have 1, 1, 1 repeating 24 times. And then the first quartile is 25. And 50, it means it will go until 49 observation. I could have anything. Then my 50th observation should be, I think, this. So again, I can have 25 for all of these, right? By doing so, I will get the minimum value of mean. Similarly, you can find the maximum possible value of mean. So you will get a range in which your mean value will lie. So on the basis of the range you obtain, you can check what all the possible values of mean for the given data set. So just try, you use this method and just try. Use this as a hint.
So can you explain again, please, sir?
Okay, I don't recall the exact statement, but suppose erase it a bit. Okay, there are 99 observations, let's say, right? 99 observations, it means for first quartile 0.25. What would be 99 into 0.25? It would be something 24 point something, right? So it means your 25th observation is first quartile, right?
Yes.
And we know in my data set minimum value is 1, and 25th observation is this equal to first quartile, which is 25, right? In between, I have remaining 23 observations. So to find the minimum value of mean, I can plug in all the value as 1.
Yes.
Only then I can find the minimum value of mean. Similarly, I can have Q2 over here 50, and I can plug in minimum value, which would be 25 definitely, right? Cannot go below 25, and so on. Same way, you can find the maximum value of mean, right? If these all are 25, 25, that would be your maximum value of mean. So once I have maximum and minimum value of mean, any value in that range could be the possible value of mean. So using that, we can find it. Just give it a try. If you're not able to do, we will discuss it properly in the next session. Okay? But try it using this idea first. Okay, yeah. Anyone, anything else in the
And there is
weekly before?
one another
Yeah.
type of question, sir. It is asking the question. In the question, it has given the mean and the simple standard deviation, and it is asking x1 minus x2.
Yeah.
So, what should be the approach to solve that question?
That should be the approach. Okay, so it's given mean and standard deviation, right?
Yes.
So I don't know. You are given some data set with 2 observation as x1 and x2 also, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's suppose these are my observation, right? I'm just making random. So let's say I know mean is 6. Okay. So we know mean is nothing but I need to add them all, right? 1 plus x1 plus 3 plus 5 plus x2 whole divided by 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 6. From here, I will get x1 plus x2 equals something, right?
Yes.
Next thing, suppose you know standard deviation is 5. It means your variance is 25.
Yes.
Right? So your population variance, we know the formula is this, right? So it would be 1 minus mean. Mean you already know, right? 1 minus 6 it would be.
Okay.
1 minus 6 squared plus x1 minus 6 squared plus 3 minus 6 squared and so on, right?
Yes, yes.
So from here also you will get some equation, and the equation will be in terms of x1 minus x2. So 2 equation, 2 variable you can solve, right?
Okay.
Similar thing, but doubt is different.
Okay.
Sir, in this one, if only one variable is not known or one variable is different, then this standard deviation of variance data is not required, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, it's not required. To solve one equation is enough, right?
Yeah.
For 2 variable, we need 2 equation.
Yeah, yeah. For example, this data set is not given, but they have told the mean is there is one mean is given, and one of the what do you call data it is wrongly observed.
Yeah, that's a graded assignment question. Just give it a try. We will do
Yeah,
it
I will
after
try
the
it, but variance or standard deviation is not required.
Okay, just look into it. If it's not required, then okay.
No, that was that's why I raised my hand. But okay.
Just try. Graded assignment we will discuss after the deadline. We will do it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, moving further, someone saying mock test, if he or she here. Discuss.
Yes, sir. Can you go
Yeah.
for fifth and
Question
sixth?
number 5. Yes.
Fifth and sixth question.
Question number 5. Okay, choose the incorrect options. Okay. Which option?
Like X first one, area as a ratio scale of measurement.
Okay, do area have absolute 0?
No.
No. Okay, why no?
Like how area can be 0? Like
0 area
of the
means
village.
absence of area, right? Area can be any value 0 to infinity. 0 area means absence of.
Right, but in case of
Is
village, like
is height a ratio scale?
is height yes.
Height cannot be 0. Why it's a ratio scale?
Yes, yes, height cannot be 0.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolute
okay.
zero means absence of that thing. So,
Okay, got
okay,
it.
another example to think about it. Suppose area of one field is 150, okay, and area of second field is 300. Can I say that second field area is second area of first field?
Twice,
Is
yes.
it meaningful to say?
Yes.
Yes, right? So it means it has an absolute zero.
Okay.
And also it cannot take any negative value.
Yes, yes.
Same question, one doubt, sir.
What
Which
about
one?
for
Sir,
population, sir?
population.
Hello?
Population has a ratio scale of measurement.
No, I'm not telling about ratio scale. Population, number of villages. Sorry, number of
Growth.
villages.
Number of villages, okay.
Number of
Yeah.
villages. It is whether it is a discrete number or it's a continuous number, sir.
It's discrete, right? Number of villages cannot be in
No,
decimals.
but in one of the frequency distribution, when we were doing, the number of tables, number of classes will be more because the number of villages are very high in the sense, for example. So we take it as a continuous data, isn't it, sir?
No. Why it's continuous? It can number of villages be 0.5?
Yeah, it can be 0, but not 0.5. Okay.
Not 0.5, right? So it cannot take all values. It's like you jump from one value to other. You cannot take all values within a range. Right?
Okay. So discrete and continuous with respect to statistics is basically whether it's integer or real number.
It's not integer. It could be decimal also. So it's like basically we are jumping from one value. Okay, let me show you. Suppose there is a variable which can take value 0, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75 and 1. Right? So if I plot it on number line, from 0 I will jump directly to 0.5. I cannot take any in between values, right?
0.25 can be taken.
Yeah, 0.25 can be taken, but not any in between values. Okay, so that's also discrete. Discrete means you jump from one value to another. In between you cannot take. If you can take in between, then it's continuous.
Okay. So, thank you very much, sir.
Sir, I have a question, sir. Please
Yeah.
go to the table, sir. Please go to the table.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, here district area, population growth, number of village, these are variables. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, these are all variables.
Varanasi, Ujjain, Patna, Mirzapur, Jaipur, these are case, sir?
Cases, yeah.
And suppose, sir, what is 25.34, whether it is variable or case?
25.34, it's nothing. So I think you can go to the week month revision session. We have discussed variable and cases there. So cases are generally the categorical variables we are consider.
Yes, but sir, what is the 25.34%? Here it is
25.34% is the population growth in that. Okay, so here
here.
For
Data, sir.
what thing we are collecting the data? We are collecting the data of 5 districts, right?
Yes, sir.
So districts are my observations or cases.
So my point is 25.34% is whether variable.
It's none of these. It's neither variable nor a case.
Okay,
It's just
sir.
telling you some property
It's the
of
value, sir.
your case.
Value. Yeah, this is the value of something.
Yeah, it's telling you some property of case Ujjain.
So I just wanted to know whether it is a case or variable or not.
No, it's nothing. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So question number 6.
Question number 6. Okay. Okay, that's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
So how did you do it?
So here marks can be 0, right? So it should be ratio.
Can be 0. Can it be
But
in
it can
negative?
also be negative.
Can marks be in negative also? If I do all the 5 questions incorrect,
Yeah.
then it will be -1, right? So it can also
Yes.
take negative value, but my ratio scale cannot take negative value.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why it's interval, not ratio.
Okay. Okay,
But
thank you,
if
sir.
there is no negative marking, then it can be an issue.
Can you repeat?
If there is no negative marking,
Yeah,
then it can be an issue.
then it would be ratio if there is no negative marking.
Okay, sir.
So unless and until specified in the question, you have to assume there is no negative marking.
Okay, sir.
Okay, any other question?
So in this last graph,
This one, okay.
The last question. So yours have some order.
Can you repeat?
So yours have some order, like after 94, it should come 95.
These are just the labels, right? Can I say that year 1994 is less than year 1995? Is it meaningful to say? Okay. Year 1994 plus year 1995. Can I do that? Like I can definitely add, but is it meaningful to do that? Does it make some sense that year 2989 is the sum of these 2 years? Is it meaningful? No, right? So, and okay. And also can I say that this year was less than or greater than this year by some any sense? Can we do it? No, right? All years are equivalent. These are just labels we have made in the calendar or something, right? We can not on what basis we will say that this is greater than this, right? Same for jersey numbers. Someone wearing jersey number 7 is not necessarily greater than someone wearing jersey number 5, right?
So, but jersey number can be anything, but years will come like after 94, 95, and 96.
These are just label. If suppose next day someone comes and change the calendar, he can make the years in reverse order. He said at 95 comes and then 94, then 93. We can do it in any way, right? Just for our convenience, we did it in this such ascending order.
Okay, sir.
Question number 9.
9, okay.
Median can be computed for data. For example, there the median is the middle number, no, sir? If you ascending
I
order,
think similar question I think we did today. I don't know. Were you able when we were doing this question?
no, sir. I started around 7:15 only.
The question is saying we should choose the incorrect options.
Okay.
Incorrect option. Okay.
Can be
So
made incorrect. No. It can be
If we
computed. That
choose
is what
wrong
I feel,
answer,
sir.
it will be wrong answer.
Okay, you are saying median can be computed for this data.
Yes, sir. 12, 16, 17 will be, ascending order and the middle one.
Okay. Is this
16 will be the median, no, sir?
No. Is this data categorical or numerical? First, identify that. Is it categorical or numerical?
No, I felt it is a numerical.
It's numerical. Okay. And okay, let's write it. Okay. So let me erase this one. We have country, right?
Country.
And this is number of matches.
Yes.
That country, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's say Australia. Okay, I will make some data set now. Okay. South Africa. 3, 2, and 2. Let's say, okay.
Okay.
It means 3 matches in Australia, 2 in England, 2 in South Africa.
Okay.
So how I make this frequency table? Can I go to original data set? So how can I go to it? Means my data set would be something like this: 3 times Australia, because I have played, let's say, the first match Australia, second match Australia, third match Australia, fourth match England, fifth match England, sixth match South Africa, seventh match. So this is my original data set, right? Australia has a frequency of 3, England has frequency of 2, South Africa has frequency of 2. Now to compute median, I need to arrange them in ascending order. Can I arrange it in ascending order?
This particular that data set, data we cannot arrange in ascending order.
No, right? Because it is nominal.
Yes.
So if we cannot arrange, we cannot compute median.
For that data, yes.
Yes. So yeah, that's what you need to identify, that given data, even though these are numbers, it's still categorical data because
No.
your original data set was this.
If for this data 322, if I say what is the number of average number of games played, even that is not also available for this. In the when what is the average number of games played between by Ganguly or whoever it is in these three countries?
What is the average number of games? Okay, to total he has played 7 matches.
Yeah, by 3.
In Australia, he has played 3 by 7 into 100%. So that's something different. But here the given data set is of number of test matches played by Saurav Ganguly in different countries. So suppose he has played 10 matches, right? Let's suppose. So first match he go and plays in Australia, then again in Australia, then he played in England. That's how I will write my data set, right?
Yeah, that will be one of the variables.
Yeah. So I can write it country. It means in Australia he has played 2. England he has played 3. South Africa he has played 2. India he has played 2. So even though you see that it looks something numbers to you, it's still categorical data. It's not numerical data. So given this data set, it's categorical. It's not numerical to compute.
Okay.
Is this
No,
clear? Any doubts on this? Yeah.
No, that is one of the variables we have taken.
Yeah.
From that entire
It's not one of the variable. It's I have taken my complete data set. Yeah. That's the understanding of data set, right?
About. Sir, I will just complete my questions.
Okay.
This data set, the original data set, what you have taken is only the country, name of the country. In that data set, you might have various other cases also, variables also, like how many hundreds you scored or how many not outs in that matches, particular things.
Yeah.
Might contain all those things also.
Yeah.
So, which means we can calculate the mean of those data.
Yeah, but those
Mean is for the data set given in this question, whether mean is possible or not, sir.
No, for this given data set, it's not possible. For this given data set, because
average number of matches played, not possible.
Not possible because given data set, I will read like this. Average number of matches is, I don't understand what do you mean the average number of matches here. In total, he has played some 100 matches or something. Where does average number of matches comes into play? What is the meaning of average number of matches here?
In average, he has played X number of matches between these countries, in these countries.
Is this something meaningful to say? I don't think so. I couldn't understand what do you mean by saying average number of matches. To find average also you still need to add them all, right? So if I write this, my given data set is somewhat categorical like this. I cannot even add these observations. How will I find the average of this data set?
No, in the real world condition, we'll see the same thing. Can we find out average number of matches played in the, no, we cannot find, that is what you're telling. Okay.
You cannot, right?
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. I will further.
Can I ask my
Thank you very
question?
much, sir.
Yeah, please ask.
Sir, can I ask my question?
Yeah, please ask.
Sir, can you just move to this question and answer section of this WebEx? I actually asked my question there only. It is from practice assignment. Since it will change, that's why I copied the question and shared there.
Okay, so first question I think we have discussed already.
It says the mean and population variance of data 398 X1
Yeah, we have
and
discussed it
X2
already, right?
are 9 and 13.2 respectively.
I think someone
Find the
asked.
75th percentile for the given data.
Yeah, we have discussed it already, right? Someone asked, I recall. I have given the hint for that question. Just few minutes back only. You can go through the YouTube and check it again. I think we just did. Let me see if I can find it.
Sir, can you speak a bit louder because I can't hear you actually.
Okay, so this question we has already discussed. Someone just asked for a hint and I have given the hint for that question. Have you just joined or been there for whole session?
No, actually, means my internet connection is not good, so I was disconnected. That's why I
Okay.
thought
You
that.
can go on YouTube and just go few minutes
How many
back. I have
minutes
just
ago
discussed.
have you?
15-20
How
minutes
many?
only. 15-20 minutes.
Also for this question, you have given hints. The mean of
Yeah,
data set 4,
yeah.
5,
This
x,
question.
12, 14 is 9.
Yeah, I have
What
changed
is
the
that?
data set and given the. I have changed the data set and given the
Okay,
hint.
sir, I will try to find it.
Okay.
Sir, by the way, means can you time stamp all these questions? Means in general, YouTube allow time stamping or chapters. So can it be possible that you
Yeah, we do that. I think you can
time
even
stamp
find it
some of
in. You can find it in these sessions also. If you go to this, you can find it over there also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. These are previous term sessions, so it's all timestamp tagged.
Okay.
Okay. Next is yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, question number 5 actually in mock, weekly mock.
Okay.
The population growth has an interval scale of measurement.
Okay. Is it correct or incorrect statement?
I think it's incorrect.
Incorrect. Okay, then what should be the answer? Like what scale of measurement should it have? Okay, is it numerical or categorical?
It's a numerical mean.
Numerical. Okay, so in numerical we have only two, either interval or ratio.
Yeah.
So is it interval or ratio? You are saying it's not interval, it means you are saying it's ratio, right?
Yeah.
But in ratio we don't have negative values. You see the last value?
But the population growth can be negative also, right?
Yeah, it can be negative. That's what Jaipur has negative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it don't have absolute zero, right? Population growth can take negative values. It don't have absolute zero, it means. Because whenever your numerical variable takes negative value, it's interval only. It can never be ratio. That's one basic difference between the two. Because whenever it's interval, whenever it takes negative value, we cannot perform multiplication and division meaningfully now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anyone, anything else before we wrap up for today?
Sir, it is a humble request to you, sir. Last question. Is there any
Yeah.
mark practice assignment to the term exam, sir, or not, sir?
I think it will be only bonus marks. Bonus marks are there, I'm sure about that. Let me check. Let's do this. Weekly document. Okay. Participation in mock test. Okay, so in participation in mock test, you will get some 5 marks.
Okay.
For maths 1, maths 2 start, you have mock test in alternate weeks. That I said, right? Every 2 weeks you will have a mock test. You can read it all when you will get 5 marks, when you will get all that. Okay.
I'm talking about practice assignment, sir. It is not mock test. Practice assignment.
Practice assignment also we have, right? You can see that. So in practice assignment,
diploma side, diploma course. You are whatever you are reading, it is diploma.
No. It's for all. It's not only for diploma. See, for mock test, there are level, foundation level, diploma level. Then second point is for everyone based on practice assignment.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
And then you have all this these all add up to something.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I think we can close for today then. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Night, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir,
Good
one
night.
more thing I have.
Yeah, please ask.
Can you help me because I am not aware of the portal fully. I can't ask my doubts in the forum. There is no option in that forum to type questions in my phone. How can I ask my doubts?
If you go to discussion forum, you can just add new conversation.
How can it be done?
New conversation, and you can just type your topic name and whatever your query is, and you can then click on post message.
One more doubt, general doubt.
Didn't get.
For mobile view, I am not sure. You can Google it. I think it will tell you how to post on Google discussion forum in mobile. It will show you. Just Google it. You will get a better resolution. I'm not sure about the mobile view of discussion forum now.
Sir, one general question.
Yeah.
This examination will be for 4 hours. Whether all the 4 papers will be given together or separate?
Together. All 4 together, you can manage your time accordingly. So generally, English would be the one you don't require complete 1 hour. So utilize that time in maths and stats and CT.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sir, how to add calendar, sir? Can you also help, sir, please, sir? By showing screen, sir. Adding
Journal instruction and
not
important
able to
links, and then click on statistics 1 calendar. It will be added to your Google Calendar.
Sir, how, sir? Please, sir, source by using.
Just click it. It will just click it. It will be added.
Where, sir? Statics.
General instruction and important links. Then
I have to go to course instruction.
Yeah, course introduction, general instruction and important links. Then click on whichever course calendar you want to add.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, and good night.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Thank you so much.